Oh my God, massive, massive overpay. The Athletics have reached a 3-year, $67 million deal with Luis Severino. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why that maybe isn't the best for the Mets, but why this, is just not a good situation for the A's, why this was not a good deal. And this isn't final, but they're in agreement on this deal. They say he's going off a bounce back year way through 182 innings with a 3.91 ERA. That's not that good. I'm not going to be too blunt about it. That's not that good. This was, the biggest deal in history, and Severino's going to be the anchor. He can opt out after second year. And he rejected a qualifying offer from the Mets that was 1 year, $21.05 million, and hoping that another team would give him more. The A's did. So rejecting the qualifying offer was actually smart for Severino. But you look at the A's, a team that improved from 50 wins to 69 wins. They want to fill out their rotation to increase the payroll to the $100 million range because MLB might have a salary floor. But I'm going to talk about why this still isn't particularly great. First of all, we have to look at at the Luis Severino stats. Luis Severino had 3.91 ERA, ranking 39th of pitchers who pitched at least 162 innings. So note that certain guys who haven't pitched 162 innings, they are not included in the calculation. So he's 39th out of all of them. 11-7 record with 161 strikeouts and a 1.24 walks hits per inning. You have to look at Severino and how he pitched, in bigger games. Like he had a 1-1 record in the playoffs. But that's a bit deceptive because he won a game against the Brewers where he pitched poorly. He didn't even allow a single earned run against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and he still earned the loss. And it was a huge reason why the Mets lost to the Phillies in NLDS Game 2. Even if McGill earned the loss, it was really Diaz and Severino at the end who blew it. So that was that. Looking at Luis Severino pitching in a lot of big games, he flopped. And in some cases, you have to look at this and realize that it wasn't his fault. But like in the September 14th game against the Phillies, he was melting down at the end and had to be removed from the game because they thought they kept him in, he was going to blow it. And the Mets blew it with relief pitchers, but a lot of it was Sevy's fault. Earned the loss against the Braves on the 24th and in another huge game. Got shellacked by the Mariners. Somehow lost the game to the Rockies. Getting shelled by the Twins. The disaster class against the Pirates, which he earned the loss in. And again, there's several other games where he pitched poorly. And it was a huge reason why they lost, why they might have collapsed at the end, why they might have blown it. So he didn't, pitch well against quality competition. He pitched well, against bad teams, but when he had to play good teams, he only had a few impressive wins. His win against the Padres, yes, that was impressive because the Padres are a good team. He did get a win against the Phillies, although, again, didn't pitch well, and a huge reason why they got the win was because the offense really went off on T1 Walker, who's one of the worst pitchers on the Phillies roster. He won this game against the Braves, which I do have to give him credit for that. He pitched very poorly in this game and still somehow earned a win because the Diamondbacks pitching was worse. So he had some impressive wins, but like again, wasn't exactly our best pitcher. Sort of folded in big moments. So a lot of times got bailed out by his offense. So, and this is also worse for Severino too, because he's moving from a team that made the NLCS to a team that has 69 wins and is relocating to Sacramento. So I feel like his career is going to be dampened too. All in all, as a Mets fan, I'm not upset that he's leaving because he wasn't really, our best pitcher. It's a little sad, but I still feel like the Mets have better options at their disposal. Re-signing Sean Manaea should be a priority to the Mets, considering Manaea had a 3.47 ERA that ranked 20th. He had a 12-6 record, 184 strikeouts, and a 1.08 WHIP. So the Mets signing Manaea is a lot more important. I'm a bit surprised. I guess Quintana's older, as to why they are throwing Sevy out there and not Quintana, who actually had slightly better stats than Severino. And looking at looking at everything else, there's a lot of questions about the Mets, but I don't like Stearns, but letting him go to the Athletics, not the worst move for the Mets.